We're back. Been a while, but we're back. I finally remembered that I'm a YouTuber and that I can, like, stream. It took me, like, 11 days to remember that, but, you know. It's working out. I remembered, finally. I need to pull up my chat. I don't know how I forgot about that part. Ba-da-da-da. Ping the Discord. And all my chats are pulled up, I believe. Looks like it. Hello, everyone. Hi, guys. Sorry it's been a while. Alright. I think I have everything set up and ready to go. It's been a while, so I can't say for sure. But, you know. Mr. Plant already, thank you for the 2, dude. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone, to stream. Oh, my God, the Grazzy is back. Bro, it's been, like, 10 days or something. How are you finding Silksong? Silksong's pretty good. Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably going to come up. I have been playing Silksong. That's not the reason I haven't been streaming, though. I've actually been really good about not letting Silksong consume my life. I have, like, 10 hours in the game. I've played, like, 3 hours a day since it came out. And I know, like, how Zeke put in, like, 11 hours day one. So, like, I think I'm doing pretty good about not getting addicted to Silksong. So, yeah, not letting that control my life. And that is going well. I have been working on the depths and stuff.
That's
you guys are going to
Dr.
see.
Mr. Plant to you.
Sorry, Dr. Mr. Plant. There you go. Thank you for the 2, man. I appreciate it. Fine, I'll make the bed. There you guys go. I made the bed. Alright, so, yeah. Believe it or not, I haven't been just completely MIA. I have been working on the depths. But after the last stream, there were days where I didn't really feel like I had anything to stream because I was just... I guess I should just move over and show you guys. Let's go take a look, shall we? Let me show you guys what's been going on. I'm not even on the server yet. I should have probably done that. Let me turn on my runner distance. Boom. The Gret isn't made. It's fine. The bed's fine. It's perfectly okay. Thank you for the 10 bits, Miko. I appreciate it. Alright. So, so, yeah. I've been doing some work. I forgot to, like, set myself up in a good spot to start explaining things. So you guys are just being thrown straight in. As you can see, things are going pretty well. things are working out. As you can see, as I begin to fly through, we have a large portion of area complete. Like, it's still going. This is still areas that I've completely finished. I kind of forgot to, like, ease you guys into this. I didn't set myself up in a good position on the server beforehand. So you guys are just getting the full brunt of everything. Here you guys go. I've thrown you in. So far, about this much of the depths are done. About this red highlighted area is roughly how much of the depths I've completed so far. So let me take you through what's been going on. Let's go take a full journey throughout everything. First of all, first little detail that I would like to bring to your guys' attention, we increased the minimum light level for the dimension. So if I turn my brightness all the way down to 0, you can see that it's still pretty bright. So we basically just increased the brightness of the entire world, the whole overworld dimension, so that you could see a bit more clearly in the depths. I know technically they're pitch black in tiers, you know, but, like, I think it's better to have something like this. It's still dark, but it's a lot... You can actually, like, play in this, you know what I mean? So, that's kind of the first takeaway that I wanted to bring up. We have brighter light levels now. You can also see in the distance See that green fog? I made the custom biome for the depths, and as you can see with these squiggly trees, if I turn my brightness back up, we've got purple leaves. I added purple leaves to the biome so that we can have these trees and stuff. And if you look at the ground as well, we have a custom color for grass blocks. Right now I have fog turned off, but I think I can change that real quick. If I go to like -10, you'll probably be able to see. You see that? You see that green fog? So when I actually turn on my fog, you kind of get that green haze that the depths have with the custom biome. So really cool stuff. We got fog, we got leaves, we got grass colors. So yeah, it took a little bit of time to figure out like the grass color, but like everything else just worked straight away. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll leave the fog on for this stream. So that's kind of the two of the big things that have happened. I finished all the tree variants. We've got... Okay, I chose like the only tree in the depths that is misaligned. Bad example. But I made the little, like, weird squiggly trees, and you can see right here, I've got different sizes. This is the small, this is the medium, and then I believe this is an example of the large. I made a smaller version of this tree. I made a larger version of it, too, which is right here, as you can see. So we have a 3-layered one, a single-layered one, and then a double-layered one. So, yeah, lots of that going on. Time Zero, thank you for subscribing at Tier 2 on Twitch. Not many people sub at Tier 2. It's either like Tier 1 or like Tier 3. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You're one of the few people in the Tier 2 sub club, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Another thing I did is I made the smaller custom trees. You can see here. We have this thing. Because the trees are so small, I couldn't really use full leaf blocks, so I switched to using trapdoors, and it actually works out quite nicely. So we've got like a really small version of this tree, and then this one and this one. So we got the mini depth trees, and of course we have the large ones. You're gonna start to see some enemy mines. I'm doing this for Zonite. I'm using deep slate and then deep slate emerald ore for the Zonite deposits, as you can see. I think there's a good example of one over here. There's a mine here, and you can see some of the first Zonai ruins I've got down here in the depths, and, like, this is what the Zonai deposits look like. So, yeah, we got that. These little Zonai platforms, as you can see, I made them. We've even got, like, the wings and the different Zonai devices. Obviously, I can't really make them super detailed, so they just kind of look like... I don't know what. The current thought process is the double trapdoor or the fans. These are, I believe, time bombs. These are, like, the sleds. And then these are... wheels, I believe. The fact that I've forgotten kind of says that it might not be a great design. But, like, I can't really go any bigger with it, obviously. I can't really get much more detailed, so... You know. We got that. I built the Ascend platforms, as you can see, which turned out pretty cool. Like that. Light roots. Here's the light root design. I believe there's a better one over here that I can show you guys. Yeah, this one. Here we go. Get this to load in. This is what the light roots are looking like. I think they look pretty good. I really like how the light roots turned out. Once again, just like everything in Tears of the Kingdom, the color of the light roots are like extremely hard to match because they look green from a distance, and then you get up close and they're like a weird gray. So I kind of went with the same color as the roots, and I used frog lights for the actual light part. Looks pretty cool. Is there going to be grass around them? Yes, I've already put the different grass and stuff around them, including firefly bushes, so you can see that when you get close to them, you actually get little light particles, which is so cool. So I really like how this has turned out. And then if we go all the way down to brightness 0, you can see, like, nice ambient lighting here. The ambient lighting down here is so accurate to Tears. Like, Tears has this exact same ambient lighting. It's really nice. I'm really happy with the light roots. I think they look really good. Yeah, and we have, like, the different enemy camps all around. Everything. Here's the first little Yiga base. There's actually a really... Oh, look at that fog. That's so cool. There's a really nice example of a Yiga base right here, as you can see. This is where you get the 2 chests. With the, what do they have? They have, like, the Yiga schematics, and then they have, what's the other thing they have? Crystallized charges, I guess? So, yeah. This is, some of the progress that's been made. This isn't even all of it. If I fly through the wall over here, I also completed this area under Central Hyrule. This is the first, part of the depths that I completed, as you can see. There's not really much going on around here. But yeah. It's coming along. It's coming along. That's about everything that I've done since the last stream. And, this is not the big reason, like, this did not take up the whole time that I've been, like, MIA, working on this off stream, isn't exactly because I just didn't feel like streaming. It's because of a bigger issue. Number 1, the colors for everything. I did not know how I wanted to color everything. It took me, like, 3 days of experimenting off stream to get to a point that I was happy with. For the colors of the ground, the cliffs, everything. Miko, thank you for subscribing on Twitch, man. I appreciate it. 2 months. Thank you, dude. Your name will be written in the Book of Supporters. I mean, you got 2 months, so it was already going to be written in. But thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, it took me a really long time to figure out the colors. They're very different from what they were on the last stream. For starters, I took out the mushroom stem from the... roots, as you guys might, if any of you guys remember, there was mushroom stem in this palette, and I took it out because it looked really messy. Originally, I wanted it to be white because everything else was a different color, and I felt like the light gray didn't stick out enough. But now that I changed the colors of everything else, I could put the roots down to a regular gray. So the roots were turned light gray. The floor used to be blue. I don't know if you guys remember. The floor was, like, mostly blue. And while that might be accurate to what it is in tiers, it just really didn't look that good. So instead, I turned it to more of a gray. I put in pale oak to make it a bit darker. And then I used, like, a really pale green color for the grass here, as you can see. So I think that works. I think these stayed the same. I think everything else stayed the same. I did experiment with new ideas for the cliffs that weren't the big walls. Like these kind of cliffs down here. I experimented with a lot of ideas for those. Because in Tears of the Kingdom, they actually have like sandy splotches on them. And I really experimented a lot with that. But ultimately, it just made it look extremely messy. And I didn't like it. So, despite the fact that it was accurate technically, I was like... I don't like that very much. It just makes it look too messy. So, I pitched that idea. So, yeah. Eventually, this is what I settled on. Are you going to make the bosses and the frocks? Yes, I haven't made the frocks yet, but I think every other boss has been made. Right? Not flux constructs. And not the main bosses for each temple. So I guess, like, most bosses are still missing. But no, I've not built the frocks yet. So yeah, that's kind of where things stood at the depths. However, figuring out the colors was still not the biggest reason that I wasn't streaming. The biggest reason I wasn't streaming is because I didn't know the best way to color everything in. So let me take you guys through everything that I had to do to paint this in. Okay? When I last ended stream and started figuring out how I was painting all of these barren colored stuff into the actual depth color, here was the method. I needed to do one sweep to mix in the gloom with the ground better because it looks very, like, angular, you know? It's not very smooth. So that's one pass. Then I had to do a second pass to color them with the gloom palette. Then I had to do a third pass to add the light blocks above it. Then I had to do a fourth pass to color the ground. Then I had to do a fifth pass to put the deep slate tile lines in the blue concrete. Then I had to do a sixth pass to color everything else. That is 6. In order to paint all of the depths in, I would have to go through the entire thing 6 different times with 6 different paintbrushes to color it all. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So Halziki and I delved into script brushing. As you can see here, we wrote some scripts that allowed me to paint everything much quicker. So we basically combined a bunch of the different passes into one. What we did, if I turn my thing down here and I go to gloom, what this brush does is it not only mixes the gloom in with the surrounding terrain, but it also colors it and adds the light blocks above. Watch this. I have edges only. Hold on. Look at that. So we wrote this script to do that. And you can see it mixes it in better. And it, yeah. It took... This would have taken 3 separate sweeps beforehand, but we combined it into one sweep. Liev, thank you for the 10 gift subs, man. Good to see you tonight, man. Hope you're having a good day, Liev. My gosh. All you lucky winners, your names will be written in the book of supporters. Thank you, Liev. My gosh, dude. You are absolutely insane. You are insane. We're going over depth stuff right now, Liev. Here you go. Here's what the depths currently look like. I'm just going over how I painted it all. So, this method took the number from 6 different paintings down to, I believe, 4? I still needed 1 for the floor, 1 for the deep slate lines, and 1 for the everything else. So, 3. Oh, actually, I forgot. We also had to color in the roots. So it wasn't actually 6 sweeps, it was 7 sweeps. This took it down to 5, or 4. So next, I wanted to combine things even further. So the floor had to be painted on its own because it uses an angle brush and we can't mask with angles and scripts. I don't want to get super into the technical stuff. But basically, we have the gloom painting all in one brush now instead of 3. The floor brush has to stay as 1. The blue concrete walls, the ceiling, the cliffs like that, and the roots, we all combined into one massive script brush. As you can see here, we wrote this enormous script that basically, as you're going to see, if I start painting this area with it, look at this. It only applies the deep slate tiled lines to the blue concrete. Everything else doesn't get the lines. It paints the walls normally, and it paints in the roots. So, while originally it would have taken 7 different paintings to completely paint the depths with the script brushes, we took it down to 3. So, I went through all of the depths in Hebra, and I painted all of them. I did 3 sweeps, and as you're going to see when I come down here, it's all painted. It took a long time. It took a long time, but we did it. And as you can see, it's only partially loading in, but it looks really cool. It looks really cool. Coral Atlantic with the 510 bits. Holy, I see an insane man on my screen. Oh, surely you're watching someone else then, because I'm not insane, right? Right? You're talking about someone else, right? Thank you for the 500 bits. Holy. I appreciate it, Coral. Thank you, thank you. Maybe I'm a little bit insane. Maybe a little bit. Ah, see, I missed a spot. I missed a spot of the red. Hold on, let's pull out the gloom brush. And let's fix that up. So, yeah, if I pull out light blocks, you're going to see... You're going to see that all of the gloom is surrounded by level 4 light blocks. So if I turn my brightness all the way back down to 0, you can see it has that subtle glow. And it looks really cool. I am really happy with how this is all turning out. So yeah, that's kind of the state of things right now. My goal is to hopefully finish everything south of the canyon. Maybe by tonight, actually. We might be able to do it today on stream. Because currently, most of the depths is just copy and pasting. Like, it really is just mostly copy and pasting. So, it's very quickly, while I have been doing some exclusive builds, like I had to build the boss arenas for the first time. I had to build the ascend platforms for the first time. It's very quickly becoming, go through this area, paste everything in, move on. So, the depths are just going to become a bit of an annoying grind, really. They're just going to become an annoying grind. I'll have the occasional, like this, I'll have the occasional Yiga base that's new, and I'll have to build that, but, like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that challenging. So, yeah. Today, I just wanted to stream real quick, update you guys on where everything's at, and, we can spend some time grinding out a portion of the depths tonight. We can hang out, and we can, you know, just start. You guys will get an idea of how quickly we can actually speed through the depths. Liev, thank you for gifting a sub again. I appreciate it. Margot is the lucky winner. Your name will be written in the book of supporters. If it's not already, you've been around a long time. I feel like your name is probably already in there, but who knows? Are you going to put the boss refights in the depths? Yes. As you just saw, I already have. This is a Queen Gibdo arena. I am going to eventually build Queen Gibdo, but I don't want to build the bosses until we get to their respective dungeons. So at the end of this video, of part 1, we'll be building Colgera, and we'll be able to put the boss refights down in the depths. But until we actually get to their dungeon, I'm not building the bosses for them. So, the Queen Gibdo here, we'll have to probably wait till the end of the project, because Gerudo Town is like our last stop for this whole project. But yeah. Currently, I left off, I just built this stuff earlier today. It was the first little Zonai ruin patch down here. And I was heading this way. Tanagar Canyon is right here, and I just wanted to, like, wrap my way back around over there. So this whole region, we're going to try and tackle it all today. So I've got my switch pulled up. I've got my hover bike. We're just going to start flying around the depths, and we're gonna start putting everything in. So here we go. Okay, it's a good start. Thanks, Link. That was awesome. One hover bike versus world's tiniest lip. Who wins? Apparently the world's tiniest lip. So, yeah, let's fly over here. I kind of look at my map, and I look around. Okay, so we see there's an enemy camp up here. I believe I've already built that. That enemy camp I'm looking at on the map is that. So there's actually nothing else up here, but it looks like there's an enemy camp here and one of the little Zonai platforms. So let's start flying up here. Wonder what Liev will do when every viewer on Twitch here has already been given a sub. I wonder how it does work, because I know that, like, if everyone in the stream is subbed, then it starts giving the subscriptions to, like, random followers, right? But I actually don't know what happens when you run out of followers to gift subs to. I don't know what happens. Okay, so this platform is right here. But we're never going to figure that out, because I have, like, 3K followers, so not happening. Alright, let's get about the Zonai platform. We're not going to be doing any Control Bs today, chat. Remember last time when I kept turning on the narrator by accident? We're not going to be doing that today. I've broken that random habit that developed. It's gone now. Also, yeah. I finished up the chasms that I've been passing by. So the chasm's actually color now, this one. Whee! It's a long fall. Dude, that's my favorite thing. It really is just like the depth. Look at this. It's literally just like the depths and tiers. Everything gets dark when you pass the certain threshold. Look at that. You guys see that? It all just gets dark. And you can really see it when you look down. It's so cool. How Ziki ran a script that painted everything below Y0 with the depths biome. So the depths are already completely finished with their their biomes. Coral, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. 2-month streak. Thank you. I appreciate it. And for the 500 bits again earlier. Your name will be written in the book of supporters. I still gotta get on that. I still gotta get on that. I still gotta get on that. I still do. Sorry, I'm bad at forgetting. Remembering. I'm bad at remembering, not forgetting. I'm really good at forgetting. Time to lower sign prices? You're right. It probably is time for a sign price lowering, huh? Fine. I'll lower the prices. Just give me a second to build this enemy camp. So this is one that I think I've already done before. It is right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this down. Thank you for the 100 bits again, Miko. I appreciate it. We're going to move this down. Like, nope, that's not what I meant to do. And that should give us room to put the camp here. I believe I've already built this one. I definitely have. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, here it is. And it looks like it's flipped this way. Yeah. So this is what the depths are. You fly around and you copy paste stuff and then you're done. Like, look at that. Enemy camp done. We put in that done. That's like literally what we just did, pasting in these 2 areas apart from trees. This whole area is done now. But the whole area is done. We're done. We finished it. All right, let me lower sign prices. Community, how do I do this again? Viewer rewards, channel points. Where is it? Write a sign. Let's edit that back down to 5K. I almost just put it at 5. That would have been bad. All right, sign prices are lowered. That might be enough work to end stream. Honestly, yeah. We did a lot of work today, chat. I'm feeling like it's time to end it. We got this right here. We have another one of the Zonai platforms. Oh, yeah, another thing I found out, by the way. Every single Zonai platform is the same. They're all the same. Every single one of these, they're the same. I thought that they at least had, like, slight differences in what they actually have on them. Every single one that I've taken a look, I stopped looking at them more closely because I looked at like 20 of them individually. They all had the same thing on them. They all have the wing. They all have the stone slab. They have the 3 fans. They have the wheels. Sometimes they have sleds on top. So like, let's look at this. Let's go down and take a look. I think this one might have the sleds on top, but that's it. Oh, there's another enemy camp over there. Look, there's the wing. There are the fans. There's the stone slab. Oh, yep, there are the wheels in there. Yep, there's the wheels, and there are the sleds. Somebody already redeemed the sign. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put this thing down real quick. We gotta put in the sleds. There we go. Sign redemption. All right, what do you want me to write? We're gonna use a dark oak sign. The first sign in the depths, by the way. I, Grazzy, believe frog lights and dark prismarine belong on every build. Facts! That is so true. Let's find a good spot to hide this thing. Ooh, I like this route. Ooh, look at this little crevice back here. Yeah, I like this spot. I, Grazzy, believe frog lights and dark... Oh, it might not fit. Oh, it might not fit. Uh-oh, it doesn't fit. How can we like shorten this down? Here, let's do... Oh, wait. Here's an insane idea. Look at this, chat. Watch this crazy move. You're not ready for this. Where is it? I never use this thing. There it is. Look at that! Holy! I'm cooking. I also misspelled belong, but we don't have to pay attention to that. I cooked. I'm cooking. What is that symbol? Does that and symbol have a name? Does that have a name? Like this thing? The and symbol? There's no way it's just called the and symbol or whatever. Ampersand? What? Ampersand? How do you pronounce that? Ampersand? I don't know. DF, thank you for gifting another sub. I appreciate it. There is, in fact, another sign redemption. All right, we're going to use a birch sign for this. All right. Ampersand. That is the dumbest name I've ever heard for anything. We need to, like, find the guy who named that and kill him. All right, what does this one say? This one says Goo Goo Gra Gra. Awesome. Glad I just had to write that down. Ain't no way you don't know the ampersand. Why the hell do you guys all know the ampersand? Why does everyone know what the ampersand is? I can't even tell you the last time I thought. Like, this isn't something like where they had like a Phineas and Ferb episode, right? Because that's why everyone knows what aglets are. But I actually knew what it was from Terraria, so I'm actually better than everyone else. That might be worse than knowing it from Phineas and Ferb. Alright. So, I want to get down towards this light route. We're kind of heading too far. Hello, rock. Let's go down this way. Oh, no. Oh, no. We have to build those statues. Okay, wait. Where is this light route exactly? Where's the shrine? It's not lined up correctly. It's like... It's here. This is what it is. You missed a sign? Did I miss a sign? I didn't miss it. Somebody just redeemed it. I didn't miss anything. It was just redeemed. At least from what I saw. Thank you for the 10 bits again, Miko. Hello to myself from the future. All right. This is why I need to increase the sign price. Because everyone does the sign thing. Where is it? I lost it. What does it say exactly? Hello to myself from the future. There we go. Oh, and there's another one. Alright. If you find this, DM me on Discord for a alright, this is the whole stream. I gotta hide this one really well. We're gonna put it inside this route. We're gonna put it inside the route. If you found this, DM me. Oh, it doesn't fit. I think it's funnier that it cuts off, honestly. I think it's funnier that it cuts off. Dude, was everyone just waiting for the sign redemption to be lowered so they could all use their points? And then we got another sign to write. You didn't spread it out enough. I tested. Oh my god. We got a sign professional here. If you find this, DM me on Discord for a shout out in my next video. There, are you happy now? Alright. Let's hide this one. Chub Frox when. We're gonna put this one at the top of this tree. I refuse to answer this question, by the way. Alright, everyone pause. We need to build. We're supposed to be building. Everyone was just waiting for the price to go from 10k to 5k. At this point, I'm going to have to make the minimum 10k. You misspelled my sign? Did I? Did I misspell it? Oh my god. What tree was it on? Here it is. Chub Frog. Oh, I did misspell it. Chub Frog. There. Fixed. Alright. Let's get in a light route. Which way is the entrance? The entrance is, west. So it should be oriented, this way. Isn't there just, like, another light route around the corner? There is. I forget how close some of them are. So you hide mine, but that one goes there. Well, yeah, because you're tricking people into DMing me on Discord for a shout-out. There's a big difference, buddy. And then we do this, and we do this. And we take it up to the ceiling. And we do... radius 2. There we go. And then we mask to the white wool. And we pull out the depths root mask. Turn off surface. And we color that all in. And there we go. We got a light root done. They look really silly because of how far up they go to the ceiling, but like that's how they are in game. They just go straight up. So I can't really do anything about that. All right, we got another sign. We'll use the cherry sign. We got to go far for this one because there's too many in that area. We'll hide it here. What is this little secret area? All right. Grosbird when? Okay. Got some awesome signs coming in. How'd you get the depths loaded in? Hazuki wrote a script with Amulet that basically read all of the terrain data from Tears of the Kingdom, converted it into Minecraft blocks, perfectly scaled it to fit with the map of Hyrule above, and then generated it in. So basically, really smart people did it for me. What is this? What is this? Oh, you're a Yiga member. I'm not gonna talk to you, actually, because you're gonna try and kill me. Where is that located? Is that under the hole? It is. Oh, that's weird. I've never, like, looked up at a chasm before. Okay, whatever. So, right below the chasm, there's this platform. Alright. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a shape. And we're gonna do, like, 7 by 7. And we're gonna grab out white wool, and we're just gonna place these. Maybe we should do 5 by 5 instead. I feel like 7 by 7 will get too big. Saving up points for 20x signs, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to really up the price. New change. Sign redemptions are now 100k. If we get like one more sign redemption, I'm probably gonna raise the price because we're getting too many of them. You guys are getting, there's too many of them. Oh, and there it is. All right, I'm increasing the price to 10k. You guys got lots of signs in. We're going up because everyone keeps redeeming signs. Save. All right, there's the last sign of the day. Well, it might not be the last. Other people can still pay the price for the sign. Let's go like way over here to this little spot. I like this little crevice here. We'll go there. Okay, I do approve of this sign. I do approve of the sign. Don't tariff us. Thank you for the 10 bits, but it's too late. What? Oh, okay. Thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. I was just gonna look at something, but I forgot. I don't know. I was gonna respond to a chat message, and then I forgot what I was supposed to be responding to. Alright, let's get back to work. Okay, so we have, like, these things, and they're, like... Oh, whoops. And they're all, like, next to each other, right? This one's up a block. I'm gonna, like, checkerboard this. I did not mean to take a screenshot. And then this seems to be 7 by 7. 7 by 5. Like so. And then this is gonna be 7 by 7 because it tilts in both directions. Like that. Like so. Reset rotation. Go back to 7 on this side, 5 on this side. Kind of like that deal. I don't know why I'm doing this so complicated. Like, it shouldn't be this complicated. I could just be doing it all by hand. Yeah, because then the rest of them are all just like this. And then... like here? Okay, and then this one is just the same as this. There we go. We got the platform done. And polished tough is going to be really good for this. I think we should separate. So we've got like the 5x5 grid, right? So like this is the edge of one. This is the edge of one. All the way across. And then there's one here. And then there's one here. I think this one's wrong. Because then that leaves... Wait. Something's really wrong here. Something is really wrong. This is like 16 blocks long. How did that happen? How did it get to be 16 blocks long? Well, we can just do this, and it'll be fine. And then we can do that, and that, and that. Replace this like so. New sign. Sign deleted. How about that? And then 4, and then 5. Yeah, so this is the right lineup. This is the correct alignment for the grids. There we go. How are the glasses? The colorblind glasses are a scam. They don't work. They do not work. I had them with me still. Here, you guys want me to put on the colorblind glasses? Here, let me put on the colorblind glasses. I am returning these, by the way. Alright, now everything is a light blue tint. Everything is light blue now. The one thing I noticed about these glasses that actually was like a cool thing is that cherry wood is a lot more like saturated. I can't wear them though. It will make my head hurt. Yeah, so the whole story behind the colorblind glasses, everyone was telling me to get colorblind glasses. And I was like, that would be pretty good for a short to get colorblind glasses, right? But they were like $200, so I was like, I don't want to spend $200 on colorblind glasses. So I looked, and they have like I think they had like a 60-day return policy. So I was like, okay, I can buy the glasses, make a short about them. I really don't think the glasses are going to help me. I didn't think the glasses were going to help me at all, even when I like thought that they might have a chance of working. So I was like, all right, I'll get the glasses. They're probably not going to work, in which case I'll return them. But in the off chance that they do, that's pretty cool, you know? I'll just use them. Thank you for the 95 bits, Coral. Chat, don't let him know. I don't know what you're talking about, but you made me scared now. So I was like, okay, I'll get them. They're probably not going to work. I'll return them. So I bought the glasses, and I started wearing them for the short. And I was like, wow, these things are the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And no, I didn't buy the incorrect pair or anything. I took a colorblind test on their website, and they were like, hey, these glasses are the best fit for you. And I was like, okay, cool. So then I looked into it, and I realized they were a scam, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely returning them then. I'm definitely cashing in that return that I made sure I had available. And so then the short that I thought was going to be like, oh, this is what colors look like for me now, became, oh, these glasses are a scam, actually. So, yeah. There's no magic formula. I've learned a lot about colorblindness the last few weeks, though. Like, there's no magical glasses that are going to fix your colorblindness. There's no Everyone else always tells me, like, oh, just buy a mod. Or not buy a mod, like, download a mod or a resource pack that, fixes your colorblindness. And I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. That does not work. That does not work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. That doesn't work. Because everyone's colorblindness is very slightly different. There's not like, oh, download this resource pack and your red-blue colorblindness will be corrected. Like, that does not work. It doesn't work. Furthermore, what's the point in fixing colors specifically on Minecraft? Because I'll still be seeing the colors incorrectly everywhere else. So, like, why would I even bother? You know? Like... Part of the reason I wanted to make the colorblind glasses short is to get everyone to shut up about trying to tell me, like, do this and you'll be fixed. No, I won't. I won't be, actually. I really won't be. That looks good. So when you fall, you should land roughly... Who sees it? Who else sees it? How did that happen? How did I get it to be 16 blocks on both sides? How did I accidentally do that? How did I accidentally do that? Like, genuinely. How did I manage to accidentally do that on both sides? What did I do? Am I okay? Am I okay? I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's a fast fix, though. It's not too bad. Because then we just extrude, 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 extrude. And then copy. Problem solved. How did you manage it? That's what I'm asking. I don't know how I managed that. What is this? Is this candy corn? Oh, I could kill for some candy corn right now. Is that a pizza in the background? Oh, it is a pizza. It is a pizza. You're right. That's definitely not candy corn. That's definitely a pizza. That's definitely not a piece of candy corn. How did you mistake that for candy corn? Bro, I just want candy corn really badly. Okay? I just really want candy corn. Is that so wrong of me to want candy corn? I love candy corn. And I just want candy corn. Why can it not be Halloween already? I want my candy corn. Okay, so this over here. Oh, there's a bunch over here. Did I get that one? I don't think I did. Where is that? It's like over here. Oh, because it's on top of this. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that yet. So that's the Yiga Clan camp. There's one under the root, I think. Yeah. So we're going to have to fly over there and check its orientation ourselves. How do you remember that quote, Margot? Candy corn is the best thing I bought 2 pounds of. You have 2 pounds of candy corn? Bro, can you, like, send some over? Can you, like, share? God, I want candy corn. I'm about to, like, go to Walmart after stream and buy a bunch of candy corn. Because my Walmart just apparently sells candy corn all year round, I found out. I was there a few weeks, like, a month or 2 ago, and they just had candy corn, and I was like, oh. Well, I mean, don't mind if I do. I swerved my cart into the aisle and grabbed that shit immediately. I like the pumpkins. Get out. Get out. Get out. No. The pumpkins are not good. The pumpkins are not good. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to every single one of you pumpkin lovers out there. But, like, the mix-in bags where it's like, oh, you get the pumpkins and the candy corn. No! I do not want those terrible pumpkins. Are you kidding me? They're nasty. Have I built this camp? I don't think I have, and I really don't want to yet, so I'm not going to. Let's put this thing in. I guess it's better than building the statues, actually, so maybe I do want to do this camp. I just don't like the pumpkins, man. They're like... They're the same thing as... Like, I get that they're kind of the same taste as the candy corn, but they're like big clumps of it, and it just doesn't work as well. It's like too much. It's like, it's too much, and it's like, no. No. That is far too much. I don't even know. Whatever it is. Alright, we're gonna dive bomb on these guys. I'm gonna take out you. You need to go. There's the dude with the armor out front, so I'm gonna blow him up with a bomb. You are going to die. Then I'm going to beat you to death with my master sword. He is dead. I've killed him. Now you all need to die. You're on fire. That is good. Whoa! Calm down. I'm gonna beat you with this. There's a like in my way. He is going to try and kill me. I think that is the camp cleared. What is this like doing? Did you guys just see that? I don't think you're able to do that. You need to die, actually. Okay. I think I have built this camp. I can't tell. Hold on. I might have built this camp. Let's go check it out. I feel like Grazzy's going insane. Why? What did I even do that made you think I was going insane? Usually it's like when I say something stupid, but what did I say? What did I say this time? Live footage of Grazzy killing pumpkin lovers. Okay, whoa. I wouldn't kill them. No, this is the camp I thought it was, but I haven't actually built it. I didn't say I was gonna kill them, but you know, they might deserve it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Everyone relax. Alright, this is where the camp is, so let's move all this up. That's not gonna work. Let's pull out extrude and do it the smart way. Come back to the pizza. Oh god, what have you done? 1 second. I'll be there momentarily. What has he done? Yeah. Why is it that square? What kind of candy corn are you eating that looks like a toe? What kind of candy corn looks like a big toe? I've never seen candy corn look like that. What? Anyone know what the minimap mod Grazzy uses? It's Zero's world map. That's the one that allows me to like open the map and teleport, and then there's also a mini-map version that just has the mini-map like in the corner of your screen. Just got here, but fat candy corn. Yeah, it's like a big toe. I thought it was accurate. They're like, hold on. I'm gonna do some research. Candy corn. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Yeah, candy corn is a triangle, bro. Candy corn are triangles. Are they not rectangles? No way, this guy thought candy corn were rectangles. What do you mean you thought candy corn were rectangles? What are we talking about? Oh, no, I can't. I can't. Rectangular candy corn. Dude, that reminds me of the time that I found out that in some states across, like, the US, they use triangle crayons. There are states out there that have, like, triangle crayons? I don't even know if it's state dependent. We always used to say it was, like, oh, like, my family used to joke about it all the time, like, oh, this state has triangle-shaped crayons. I don't actually know if it's like oh, this state uses these kind of crayons, or if it's just, like, randomly, like, I don't know, some places use triangle crayons. But, like, what do you mean? Why would you make triangle crayons? Why would you do that? Who wants a triangle crayon? I'm not saying crayon. You guys really thought I just said crayon? I said crayon. Crayon. I don't say crayon. I'm not stupid. Because I have a lisp, it doesn't come out as clearly when I say it right, but I definitely did not say crayon. What do you mean by triangle crayons? I mean, okay, let me lay this out for you. Let me lay this out for you guys. I mean that they will have crayons that are like this. This is the crayon. So you have like, if it was like a pencil, you'd have the lead tip and the eraser on the back. They're shaped like crayons. And it's like, what are we doing? Why? Like, why? Why would you have a crayon like that? Why? I've actually had those before. They were yummy. Okay. All right. So we have all kinds of delusional people in chat right now. We have hexagon crayons? What? What? At that point, why are you not just making them circular? Are we getting videos of this footage or not? Yes, I'm gonna make the long form video. I don't know why. Every time I start streaming a lot, people just assume that, like, I'm done making YouTube videos. Like, no. I'm always gonna make the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos have always been and will always be the primary, like, point and focus. What's your favorite crayon flavor? I've always liked the blue ones. I liked blue. Dude. Oh, my God. Nothing would piss me off more as a little kid when I would try and color the blue sky, and so I'd look over and I'd grab the blue crayon and I would start coloring and it's purple, and I'd look down and I was using the cerulean crayon and I'd be like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Cerulean always pissed me off, man. It always pissed me off. I hated cerulean because I always thought it was blue, and it never was. It made me feel betrayed. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that has experienced this, because I thought this was going to be something where you guys are like, you're so colorblind, they're very clearly purple, or they're not purple, or something, and it's like, oh my God. It made me so mad every time. Like, why? Okay, I don't know what Tulin has been doing, but he's, like, having a stroke down there. I've noticed that, like, 20 minutes ago. He's just not having a great time. So it was red violet that pissed me off. See, I was so boring. I always was just like, I'm gonna draw the sky and, like, a hill. So I never, like, got too crazy with my colors. So I was only ever, like, betrayed by colors like cerulean. Square crayon? Like, that just sounds uncomfortable to hold. I have absolutely no memories of using crayons, so I will defer to y'all. Trust me, cerulean is terrible. What have you done in all? All of the surface for this area is done. And I have done a lot of the depths. Like, you can see over here, this whole area is done. Plus more way over that way. I think in total we have about this much of the depths completed. This red rectangle signifies, like, probably about the space of the depths we're done. Like, at least triangle crayons, like, they kind of work. Because, like, the two sides rest against your fingers and you put your index on top of the third side. So, like, it kind of makes sense to hold. But, like, square? Square. Are we being for real? We're gonna need to, like, make some calls and get this figured out. Like, we need to figure out who's behind this. Because I don't think it's acceptable. If I ever have children one day, which is not ever happening, but, like, if, and I see my child playing with triangle-shaped crayons, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. Two Cheese Zips, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. What have you guys been up to on your stream? I am building all of Tears of the Kingdom in Minecraft. That's what I'm up to. What was going on for you? Did you have a good stream, man? I copied that world between copying the raid message and the raid. Wow. Yeah, I was like, I saw two people's message the same thing at first. I didn't realize that was a copy-pasted raid message. That was funny. We had to play some Marvel Rivals. Oh, I have not actually played Marvel Rivals. I almost started playing. When like first everyone was talking about it, I almost kind of like tried it out, but ultimately I never tried it. Maybe one day though. Maybe one day. Next video idea, building the entire Aperture Enrichment Center. That sounds like a lot. But yeah, for all the raiders, if you guys have ever heard of the video game Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I'm building the whole thing. Like, the entire thing. I am building all of it. If I just come up here, like, you can already see, we got a lot if it wants to load. It's so fun, but matchmaking sucks. Oh, interesting. I have not heard about that. We got a lot done. We got, like, I mean, you can look at the map. I've spent 3 years working on this. We got a dragon here. We got all sorts of things. And right now we're talking about how triangle-shaped crayons are like, I don't even know how to describe it. A sin, I think, would be accurate. A sin, I think, is a good way to describe triangle-shaped crayons. Oh, man. Play Marvel Rivals. There's a flying tank now. Oh, you mean like the character, like the class type tank? I thought you meant like a literal flying tank, and I was like, wait, what is Marvel Rivals about again? What is that game about? What if the square crayons were just Minecraft crayons in the real world? Okay, like, no. Dude, that's a crazy marketing stunt. Just make, like, square-shaped things and then, like, shove the Minecraft logo on them. All the little kids would be, you know, buying that. There's dinosaur-shaped crayons. Now that is awesome. Now that's an idea I can get behind. Dinosaur-shaped crayons sounds cool. I want to color with Tyrannosaurus Rex color. Like, that'd be awesome, bro. Imagine coloring with like a Velociraptor, bro. That's awesome. Velociraptor's gotta be one of my favorite colors. That and Triceratops. Remember when we all had the crayon wax mold makers? The what? What are we talking about? I do not know what you're talking about. Am I too young for this? Or are you just making stuff up? I remember there being egg-shaped crayons. What? What are we talking about? What do you mean? No, you're lying. You're making things up again. You are making things up. The egg crayons were Stop acting like this is some universal thing. You guys are lying to me. They were not egg-shaped crayons. Those were wild. No, they're real. Okay, let me look this up. Egg-shaped crayon. Washable palm grasp crayons. Ergonomically designed for toddler grasp. Okay. Okay, I actually see the point of them. They're meant for, like, little kids to hold, like toddlers, bro. I need that, bro. Are we getting fully edited videos with this, like Breath of the Wild? Yes. I just mentioned this. Everyone just assumes when I start streaming a bunch that I'm, like, done making videos forever. And it's like, no. Of course I'm gonna make fully edited videos. Because A, I'm a YouTuber, not a streamer. B, I really like money. Like, I gotta get... It's my job, bro. I gotta get paid as much as I can. What is this? What am I looking at? This is supposed to be something, and I don't know what. What are we looking at here, chat? M&M's. I can kind of see it. I kind of see it. I can kind of see it. Kind of. Maybe if the M's were more spread out and individual. If the M's were more spread out and individual, then I could see it. Speaking of M&M's, M&M's are terrible. Like, I'm not the only one who thinks M&M's are, like, one of the worst candies, period, right? Like, we all agree that M&M's are just bottom of the barrel terrible, right? Peanut butter M&M's, on the other hand, now that's something I can get behind. I can get behind the peanut butter M&M's. But, like, regular M&M's are just the most bland, boring, like, chocolate candy I can even think of. I don't think I've ever had, like, a worse chocolate than M&M's chocolate. Like, M&M's are just so bad. And, like, why are they so popular? He glazes candy corns and trashes M&M's because I'm a man of taste. I have good taste. M&M's are terrible. Candy corn? Yummy, yummy, bro. Yummy, yummy. You must have burnt your taste buds. Oh, yeah? Well, if my taste buds were so wrong and I have terrible taste, then why do I think Alfredo's the best thing ever? Exactly. Now that I've said that, you guys know that I'm telling the truth. Because everyone should know that Alfredo is, like, one of the greatest gifts to humanity ever. I need to thank John Alfredo, or whoever, like, came up with that. I don't even doubt that the guy who made Alfredo sauce is named something like John Alfredo. His last name was definitely Alfredo. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Who invented Alfredo sauce? Yep, Alfredo. His name was Alfredo. I was right. It looks like it's his first name. Lelio Alfredo di Lelio? I think that's the name. I know a guy named Alfredo. Dude, that name's aura. I can't lie. I can't lie. Being named Alfredo, that's kind of aura. I can't even lie. That's kind of awesome. Being named Alfredo is pretty cool. And not just because I really like Alfredo, but just like, that's a good name. That's a fun name. Choose your favorite color. Come here. Definitely this. Definitely light blue. And that better not be cerulean. Flavor. Oh, well, still light blue. Dude, why is it that with, like, every candy, blue is always just the best flavor? Like, Jolly Ranchers, blue's the best flavor. Dum Dums, cotton candy. Or whatever it is. I don't actually remember. Best flavor. Like, why is blue just the universal, like, best flavor for everything? But Green Apple Jolly Ranchers... Green Apple Jolly Ranchers are good, but, you know, they're not better than Blue Raspberry. Alright, I think I'm finally done messing with this. I kind of got sidetracked for a long time. Alright. There's that. We got some Zonai. Let's add this in. Jolly Ranchers watermelon are way better? No, dude. No, no, no. The red flavor is always, like, so basic. Like, yeah, watermelon, strawberry, those flavors are always good, but, like, they're never the best. They're just never the best. They're always very solid, but I can't think of a single, I guess, Skittles, I guess, if we're talking about original Skittles, red are the best Skittles. But, like, God, red is always just, like, a solid choice, but it's never the best. Never. I guess red Starbursts are pretty good. Dude, every time I have Starburst, I'll eat a pink one, and I'm like, oh, yeah, these are the best. And then I'll eat a red one, and I'll be like, no, these are actually better. And then I'll eat a pink one, and I'll swap again. Have you tried the Sour Skittle? Yeah, all Skittle flavors are goated, bro. I guess the smooth... I remember I tried the smoothie flavored Skittles, and they were kind of whatever. The smoothie Skittles were whatever. But, like, every other flavor of Skittles were like, oh, wild berry? Yes, sir. Tropical punch or whatever it is? Yes, sir. Sour Skittles? Yes, sir, man. They're all bangers. Smooth Skittles are so mid. Wild berry hits. Yeah. Dude, I always get, whenever I get the Skittles, I get like the big mixed bag of the wild berry plus fruit punch, or no, what is it called? Tropical punch? Tropical blast? Something like that? Oh my god, bro. It's so good every time. Dude, my grandma, whenever we go over to her house, she has a giant tub in her pantry that is filled with wild berry Skittles. And every time I'm just like, I can't go over to her house without, like, getting a little plastic cup, putting some Skittles in, just eating some. Like, oh my god. She always has the peanut butter M&Ms out. She always has candy corn out during Halloween. She has the, oh my god, you guys know the candy cane flavor Hershey Kisses? Oh, always got those out. Dude, the candy cane Hershey Kisses are so good. They're so good. Like the only Hershey stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, this rocks. What's your opinion on Christmas candy corn? That does not exist. You're lying to me. Christmas candy corn? What? I've never heard of this. Surely that doesn't actually exist. I'll have to try it myself eventually. If it does exist, but I've never heard of them. We got a barrel, we got a chest up here. We got the big lights. Like, this thing. I'll grab this one because it's out in the open. Candy corn in general is overhated. Yeah. Candy corn is so freaking good. I don't understand the hate. I don't. One of my brothers loves the pumpkins, but hates the candy corn. So, you know, clinically insane. And then my other brother dislikes both candy corn and the pumpkins. So, I mean, you know, clinically insane again. Two of my brothers clinically insane. Can you believe it? I probably am clinically insane too, to be fair. So, like, 3 out of 5 children at least are clinically insane. Candy corn tastes like pocket lint. I found the person who's never eaten candy corn before. What kind of pocket lint are you eating? That's the bigger question here. The bigger question is what kind of pocket lint you're eating. What about the Krabby Patty gummies, dude? Those things unironically do taste really good. The Krabby Patty patties do kind of go crazy. I can't lie. I cannot even lie. I've had them a few times, and every time I wish I had more. The candy corn and pumpkins are the exact same. Yes, but the pumpkins are a lot denser, so they're not as good. It's like too much. The pumpkins are basically if you took like 7 pieces of candy corn and then mash them together into a tight ball. It's like, it's too much for 1 piece of candy. But candy corn's perfect because you put like 1 or 2 in at the same time and it's like, boom. Perfect, like, ratio of size and flavor, I guess it would be. I don't really know what it is. But, like, the pumpkins are too much. There's no such thing as too much candy corn. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, oh, I can't eat too much candy corn. Like, too much candy corn is a bad thing. I'm saying that, like, the pumpkins taste like condensed candy corn and not in a good way. I don't know how else to explain my thoughts on that. Okay, we need a small thing. We need this guy now. And there's one of these over there and over here. It's like here. Why are there a bunch of broken signs? Whatever. I'm not gonna be able to fit a single one in. Wait, signs should have gone down, shouldn't it? Yeah, we did reduce the price of signs, and then 20,000 people redeemed signs. So I had to up the price again, because everyone was redeeming too many. Alright, that's good. What? What do you want, bro? I'm busy. I'm working. Hold on. Alright, what do we think we're looking at? I actually don't know what I'm looking at. It has the colors of the wild berry and tropical, like, fruit punch Skittle mix, but it's, like, too slim a bag. Maybe it is? A Feastable? It might be a Feastable. Is it a Feastable whale? Is it Mr. Beast chocolate? It's chocolate. So it's the Mr. Beast chocolate. Dude, speaking of chocolate, like a couple months back, I was in Walmart and I saw this, like, I don't know why, I really felt like having some white chocolate. So I was looking around in the candy aisle and I saw this, like, white chocolate bar for like $4 or something, and it looked really fancy, and I was like, you know what? I want to try this. So I bought the chocolate bar. Oh my god, it was genuinely the greatest chocolate I've ever had in my entire existence on this earth. That was unbelievable. Like, I don't even know what the brand was, but holy smokes, bro. It was like a really soft white chocolate that, like, dissolved in your mouth and had this, like, white filling in it. Oh my god. So good. White chocolate sucks? No, dude. White chocolate is the best chocolate. White chocolate is so good. It's so good when you don't have someone in your ear saying, technically it's not real chocolate, actually. I don't care that it's not real chocolate. It's better than chocolate, so I'm eating it. Do you play with mods? I mean, some building mods and some, like, small things. You can see the whole list here. I don't have anything crazy. We have to build these little statues. Grazzy, what candy is this? 1 second. What the hell am I looking at? What am I looking at? What is that? So this goes into this. That's an arrow. What am I looking at? Haribo bears? Yeah, maybe it's like gummy bears or something. Launch your own chocolate brand called Grockolet. Dude, that's a crazy idea. That's a crazy idea. Thank you for the 10 bits. I mean, they might be Starbursts. I don't know. Do you promote grouching yourself? Slang for watching Grazzy. What? What is... What? What? I don't even... I'm ignoring that. And come out... The squares come wrapped and come out of the bag. Dude, that explains, like, every candy. I don't know, Jolly Ranchers, maybe? Jolly Ranchers are more rectangular than square, though. I don't know. This could be, like, literally anything. Maybe it's Skittles. It's got the red and yellow for the bag. Maybe it's Skittles. No, there's no pink Skittle in the main colors. It can't be Skittles. I have no idea. I literally don't know. How much would you say you've completed the devs, like a percentage? You were right with Starburst, Dangy? Dang it, then why didn't you tell us? What? Hold on. Oh, sorry, pause on that question. We guessed Starburst, and then you didn't answer, and then you got mad when we didn't answer Starburst. What? I literally guessed that, and you didn't confirm it, so I figured we were wrong. Whatever. I don't know how much of the depths we've completed. Like, if I zoom out, like, we've completed about this much of the depths, so I have literally no idea. There's no green starburst? That's true, there's no green starbursts. Well, that's true, it should be orange. If it was orange, I would have known it was starburst right away. Alright, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we need to build these statues, which... Alright. I guess we gotta figure this out. There is green, though? No, there is not. All Starburst flavors. Yep, there is only orange, yellow, pink, and red. Maybe if you get into, like, the weird, different, I don't know if there's any different, like, flavors with Starburst, but, like, I've never heard or seen anybody talk about the different flavored, like, Jolly Ranchers, Starburst outside the main colors, so... We need a green Starburst. A green Starburst would go hard. I feel like there's so much missed opportunity with Starbursts. Like, I feel like they could take the Skittles route, you know, where they make a bunch of different, like, flavors. But I just don't think they do. Maybe they do, and I'm not aware. But I've never seen any Starbursts outside of, like, the normal red, pink, orange, yellow. No, actually. I remember way back in the 3rd grade, my teacher gave me a blue Starburst as a reward. And it was like the greatest Starburst of all time. And I was like, where? Where are people finding blue Starbursts? Skittles don't actually have any flavor. They just smell different. I'm not even gonna contemplate that. Thank you for the 10 bits. Maybe like a seasonal Starburst. I don't know. But there was like a magenta one too. She was giving out blue and like magenta Starbursts, and they were like the greatest Starbursts I've ever had. And I was like, why have I never seen anything else about these before? Never saw anything about those Starburst flavors before then. Never heard anything about them after. And I'm 21 now, so like practically 22 at this point. I'm like 2 months out from being 22. Ugh. Chat, we're gonna have to lock in. We're gonna have to lock in and figure out this, this statue. I'm not gonna do the podium yet. I believe green starbursts are existent. Like, I believe that green starbursts exist, but he put them in with the main flavor. He put them in with the main flavor colors, that being yellow, red, pink. He forgot about orange and put green instead of orange. That's what I'm talking about. You ever crush up Smarties and inhale the dust? Nope, I'm glad to say I was not stupid enough to do that when I was in middle school. Even though lots of other people were that dumb. Okay, let's climb up here. Alright, we have to do this thing. So, I picture like this for the legs. Then like this maybe. Maybe we actually move this back because the legs kind of like. No, I think we should move this back. Hello? That was awesome. There is a discontinued blue raspberry starburst? Bro. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, why are they discontinuing this? Those would have been the greatest starbursts of all time. I actually know they were. I had them. Okay. We need a trapdoor that, like, dude, why do we have no gray trapdoors yet? Like, on a real note, why? Why is there no gray trapdoor yet? Iron? Are we being for real? Are we being for real? I can do that, but it only works on the sides. The stone looks more like sandstone. It's green. It's literally green. Don't tell me I'm colorblind again. Notice how none of the color choices I made off stream have been criticized, by the way. Like the changing of the roots, or the light root color, or the trees that I designed. Again, not saying to not criticize me. It's just funny to me, like, how much different building on stream and off stream is. I do want the suggestions. Definitely keep the suggestions rolling in. But if somebody tells me to use iron trapdoors when I ask for a gray trapdoor, then, you know, I'm gonna start to be funny about it. Yeah, we're not gonna really get a trapdoor that works. Wow, good going, Whale. That is probably the best option to match the green. Yeah, but I really don't like it. What about the other green trapdoor? Oh, that's even worse. But it's like pink. That's I don't want to do that. Your mic? What's wrong with my mic? I'm not doing sandstone. Because sandstone sticks out like a sore thumb. Like, look at how bright sandstone is. Look at that. It's not a sandstone color. I refuse to use sandstone. It's just too yellow. We're not going to be able to use a trapdoor for this. We're just going to have to rely on other things. Like that, I guess, will work. Or maybe we do like that into a wall. And then the back kind of comes out like this. And like this is where the wings would come out from. So, like, the wings go, like, here. There's the head. It looks like a chicken. Okay. Hold the phone. We're not done yet. Let me cook, chat. Gricken statue. No, it's not a Gricken statue. Genshin, thank you for subscribing for 5 months, dude. I appreciate it, man. Your name is definitely going to the book of supporters. Thank you very much, dude. Okay, so what if we do like this? Just stop. No. It comes out too much. It needs to come back in more, like... Maybe, and then we do like that. The head, look, the head's a problem. What if we move the head down a block? Oh, no. Oh, no, the head's a problem. Maybe it's because the wings... No, it's your posture, yeah. My posture is not good. I think it's because... first of all, let's try this. I like that more. Maybe a slab there. Probably not. Do like that? What if we go back to this? No, because the neck is too thin there. I don't hate that, actually. Adjusting the wing like that does make it look less weird. Wait, that kind of works. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Like, that works. I don't want to do banners. Nope, no. I don't want to do banners. I hate banners. Banners are terrible. I can't stand banners. Don't ask me why. I just can't. I don't know. Nope. Still a no on the banners. What about the back? The back looks fine. Maybe like slabs here. Stop it. I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna die. I warned you. I told you you were going to die. That too much? Is there a tail? Is there a tail? Oh, there is a tail. I don't know how we're gonna be able to make that look good. Maybe if we do like this. I guess that works. So that looks like a duck bill and I can't unsee it. I don't think it looks that bad. I mean, how else are we supposed to do the pointed tip? I don't know if I like the stare. We could do like that, but like... I just feel like that looks worse. I feel like everything else other than the slab looks worse than... Like, looks more like a duck bill. I feel like the slab looks least like a duck bill out of all the choices we just went through. What else is there? What else could we use? Stair's not bad. I didn't hate the stair. We could maybe do that. I'm trying to think if there's like another option. I knew it. As soon as I heard it, I knew. No. That's the problem now. Because it's all made of the same block, we can't really differentiate. We kind of just have to use one of the polished tough. I think stair is probably the best choice. Hopper's not even a bad shout. That was actually a pretty good shout. But, like, I feel like now introducing a new block specifically for the beak is going to be weird than if we just use another polished tough. What is bro cooking? We could actually incorporate some different tough blocks for the body, because the body has, like, markings. Stop messing with it. I'm gonna do chiseled tough there and there. Belly as well has something. Nope. Nope. Maybe we do a different tough variant for the, tail. To differentiate it. Make it stand out a bit more. Or maybe we do the wings a different block instead of the tail. Maybe both. If I do like this. And I just do type replace. Polish tough with tough bricks. Do I like that? I think I like that. I think I like the wings being different. I think it's good. I'm going to... Nope, you're dying again. You're dying again. You are dying again. I think I'm happy with that. What do we think? Obviously, the podium needs work, but I think... Oh, that's not what I want to be looking at. I think I'm happy with that. That turned out surprisingly well. Can we do the talons somehow? I don't think we're going to be able to do that. The only way would be to do a slab here, and that's just not going to work. We'll leave it. Okay, so the middle, like, kind of twists. If you don't stop messing with it, I am going to hurt you. Okay. I cooked. Yeah, it's going to be awesome when you're playing a survival server with your friends and everyone goes down to the depths and just immediately gets a mace. That's not bad. It's not terrible. But I feel like the color's a little too different. No, I definitely don't like that. Ruin all my ideas. It's a good idea, but I just don't know if I like the color difference. Okay, how do I do this thing like twirling? Oh. I have noticed an inconsistency. I think I like them facing out like that more. I think I like that more, yeah. We do like that, and then we grab... I think for the spiral thing, what we do is we kind of do the stairs, like on one side like this. All facing the same direction. Right? Like that. And then we grab a wall, and we do this, and we do this. How's this? I don't know if I like how you can see through it, though. Yeah, no, I don't like how you can see through it. We probably just have to do, like... Oh. Something like this. And then we remove that one. Do like that. That's not bad. The problem is the corners. I like this. It's still a bit annoying that you can see through it, but like... it works. Alright. How'd you get vertical slabs? They're not vertical slabs. You're not tricking me, Whale. I just do this, and then I take out one side, and then I remove the middle podium. So it's just the side of a wall. You can do it in vanilla if you use a debug stick. And then we do this to round it out. Yep, and then we do a base of this. Chisel deep slate in the middle. Or tough, not deep slate. And then from there, we just do a base of, we go back to this. And there's our base. So the polished tough at the bottom will be like in the ground. I think that's pretty good. I think I like that a lot. Problem, we need a 45-degree angle. So, you know, awesome. I hate everything. So... I wonder if I should even try using Axiom Rotate, or if I should just do it by hand. I feel like it's probably better to do it by hand. What do you do with all the random, not related projects on the map after you're done? Do you delete them or like put them in the ground or something? By projects, do you mean like these? It depends. Stupid stuff like this, I'll probably just delete. But like the bigger, funnier stuff like this, I'll like hide somewhere usually. I'll like hide them so they're not out in the open, but you can still like find them. And it's really funny because I got so many people like mad at me when I released the map because I left them in. And it's like, they said that it was like getting in the way of the experience. And I was like, brother, I hid the giant dinosaur in a massive hole under the ground with a 2-block entrance in the middle of a nowhere. Like, how is that getting in the way of your experience? Alright, we'll try and rotate it, but I don't think it's gonna work. I might have rotated it the wrong way. No, I didn't, actually. It just looks bad. What happened to the wings? The wings just got straight up deleted. I'm gonna do it by hand. I think it'll be easier. And I just want to. Alright, so... These aren't going to connect very well, though. So, I'm wondering if I should do slabs here this time. I think I should do slabs for the diagonal. Oh, but that makes sense. I should probably do stairs for the diagonal. And then slabs under and above like that. And then like this. And then one on the back with an upside down stair like so. Just copy a wing and get it out. Can we just we might be able to reuse the wings on this angle. And then what we do, actually no, what we do is we just straighten it so it's like this. So they come out a few blocks. Yeah, like that even, maybe? And we do this. We should do a Silk Song stream? Nah. I don't want to stream Silk Song. I just want to play it on my own time and enjoy it. And I have been enjoying it. I haven't been rushing it either. I've played like a few hours each day. So, I haven't been like completely letting it control my life, which is good. Maybe like that's where I should put the wings. Maybe? Is that fine? Then the tail is like stair, wall, so it should be pretty straightforward. It should just be like this. You should build Fortnite. I have thought about doing like the original island before. Like the season or the chapter 1 island. Ooh. But I feel like that's already been done before. I don't like the wall on the chest. It looks really wrong. It does look bad on the diagonal, you are right. Maybe we should do another stair. I think that works better for the diagonal. Because, like, he does puff out his chest a little. Oh, maybe not. A little bit. It works there. Maybe it would work better as a stair here, too. I think I like the wall on the normal. Well, comparing the diagonal to the non-diagonal, I think it's pretty good. Stair. Not a slab. Yeah, I think we can call it there with these. I think that's good. Get rid of this. Copy this part. Get rid of that. Why is there a wall there? Oh, he's already got the podium. For some reason I thought I didn't have the podium copied. Whatever. Maybe close the beak gap with a wall. The beak gap. What does that? What beak? What beak gap? Are you talking about this? Definitely not. I don't know what other gap you'd be talking about. Because if we put a wall there, then it just looks... doesn't look like a bird anymore. I need to turn my fan down. There we go. Have you considered playing Silksong? I literally just talking about that. Yeah, I've been playing Silksong. I have like 10 hours in the game so far. The beak looks weird rotated. I don't think so. I think it looks fine. I think it looks perfectly fine. I'm going with these. They look good, I think. Can you do a Silksong stream? I literally just said no! Okay, so Control C, Rito statue. Boom. Boom. And then Control C. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Control C, Rito statue 45. Boom, boom. Alright, there we go. So now we can delete this. Alright, I'm removing all the M&Ms and stuff. Or at least the grog. He's definitely going bye-bye. Goodbye, grog. Should play Undertale or Deltarune? I played Undertale. I have watched playthroughs of Deltarune, but I haven't played Deltarune myself. I just never cared to play Deltarune. I've never cared much for the gameplay of Deltarune and Undertale, to be honest. Those are kind of games where I'm like, I don't really care to play them. I'll watch a playthrough. I'll move the pizza and candy corn and stuff. I'll move the serious builds up. Watch out, Voxel's gonna get you. I'm pretty sure Voxel already knows this. I'm not saying they're bad games at all. I'm not saying anything close to that. It's just not a game that I care to, like, play myself. I did play, I played Undertale for, like, the bosses, I know, for, like, Sans. Because back then I was really a lot more into the idea of, like, oh yeah, I want to do, like, difficult bosses and stuff, you know. But now I'll just play other games for that experience. You should join Hermitcraft. That's never happening, bro. That's never happening. Grazzy, how could you do this to me, Sop? What am I doing? What did I say that was so controversial? All I said was that I don't really care to play the games myself. I'd rather watch playthroughs. What is so wrong about this? I'm not saying the games are terrible and I never want to see them again. I'm just saying that, like, the battle elements of the game in Deltarune, I don't like RPGs, honestly. I think that's it. So I don't care to play an RPG. I'll watch somebody else play it, but I don't care to, like, play RPGs like that myself. I just never have. Pokemon is the closest I ever got to, like, enjoying that sort of RPG-esque format, and I haven't enjoyed a Pokemon game in a long, long time, so... What he's saying is he sucks at the game. Are we all just delusional today? Like, are we just delusion? Like, what are we talking about? What delusions are we going through right now? I've never played Deltarune because I don't care to play RPGs. So what you're saying is you sucked at the game and so you never wanted to touch it again. No, I've never played it because I don't care to play RPGs. Where is this camp? I'm trying to geolocate it. Oh, that's kind of my thing. Where is it? It's not that I suck at them. I played Undertale, and I beat Sans and just the whole genocide route in general pretty, I don't know if I would say easily, but, like, I did it. What kind of enemy camp is this? It's that one. I have that one built. Boom. So yeah, the takeaway is that I just have never played Deltarune. I don't know why this is turning into Grazzy hates Deltarune. He sucks at the game and he never wants to see anything Deltarune related. All I said is that I don't care to play Deltarune. And it's not even necessarily because, like, I didn't want to. Like, I kind of wanted to play chapters 3 and 4, but at the time, I was, like, finishing up, at the time of Deltarune's release, I was finishing up my last video and getting started on the Tears of the Kingdom project, and I was really locked in and working a lot, and I was like, I don't want to interrupt my workflow by starting a massive game like that. So I didn't play chapter 3 and 4, and I instead watched somebody play it in the background while I was working. Alright. There is a thing over there. I already put it in place. Alright, let's get to a vantage point and look at the statues then. Alright, statues. Okay, so I should have the statues in here now. So what I can do is I can just grab them and I can copy paste them and I can rotate them around to where I want them and boom. Then there's one like here. One here. And then there's a 45-degree one there, and then there's one beside the light route. Okay, so let's get out the 45-degree angle ones. Put one there. And there's one like here. There we go. I like them. I like those. What's your favorite Mario Kart? Probably 8 Deluxe. From what I remember about I haven't played a whole lot of World, I'll be honest. From what I have played, yikes is all I can really say. Oh, that last one's kind of placed wrong. It's actually more like here, like on this side. I didn't hate Mario Kart World, but it felt clunky in comparison to 8 Deluxe. Like, I remember I was playing Mario Kart World, and I was liking it, and I was like, yeah, this is really good. And then I actually went back to play 8 Deluxe just to, like, see, and I realized, like, oh, World is really clunky. That's the only way I can really think to put it. It just feels clunky. And the intermission tracks are terrible, and Nintendo is, like, forcing you to play them online. They removed features to make it so that you almost entirely have to play the intermission tracks. And on top of that, I can't play online. Because every time I try to play Mario Kart World online, I get kicked out of the lobby. I, like, get disconnected. And it's not my internet. My internet connection is fine. And it's not my Switch, because I can still play 8 Deluxe online just fine. Something about specifically Mario Kart World, I just can't play it. It just doesn't let me. So, yeah, definitely not. I don't really care much for World. Okay, so I have that. There's an enemy camp, like, on this side of the gloom, like right here. How much of the deaths are you doing in the live stream? I've just been kind of playing until I feel like stopping. I'll probably end pretty soon. We've done a good bit of work today. We've done, like, this whole area. We haven't done trees, obviously, but I'll do that, like, way later. That camp, have I built it? Oh, hello. Hi. I didn't see him. Maybe it's this one? No, it's like 2 rocks. I haven't built this one. Luckily, it looks easy. How is it already day 1321 and you still haven't done much? I haven't done much? I haven't done much. I only built the entire world of Hyrule. So I haven't done much, guys. I'm sorry. I've been working on this project for almost 4 years, and I just haven't done much. I've only built all of Hyrule. I've only built all of Breath of the Wild in Minecraft. Like, I've only built all of Breath of the Wild. I've only done more than half of the game. Okay, so it's like 2 rocks like this. I'm sorry, guys. I just haven't done much. Can you do it again? I wasn't looking. Didn't know you were counting Breath of the Wild. Yeah, the YouTube stream titles are counting since I started Tears. The Twitch stream titles are counting since I started Breath of the Wild. Sorry, I got confused for a second there. That's probably fine. And then they had like these things. So there's like one here, I think, and one over here. And then there were barrels, right? Yes, there were barrels. I also misplaced this one. This one is more over here. Okay, and then we get out the deep slate. Put some of this around. Dude, deep slate emerald ore is not going to be the rarest block in Minecraft on this map. And then the barrels. Boom, boom. There were 2 of them. And then script brush. Boom. Enemy camp done. And then there's one of these right over here, which is facing that way. So let's grab that. And place it in. Boom. What else? Start looking north. There's ruins way down there. I'm not going to do that yet, though, because that's kind of skipping a bunch. I've done the statues. Enemy camp down there. And then there's one of these here, which I've already placed. So then down there, by this route, there's one of these. I'll put it in now since I already have it copied. And then there's a double tower enemy camp. I believe I have that one in my assets. I know I've done it. I know I've done that camp. I just don't have it copied. Where is it? Not that. I know I've built that camp. Is it this one? No. I know I've done it. I am not crazy. I am not crazy. I know he swapped those numbers. Where is it? I know I've built it. It's around here somewhere. Maybe it's this one up here? No, that's a massive one. This one? No. This one. It's got to be this one. Dude, where... I am so confident that I built this one. Maybe it's in here on this side? Not that one. Not this one. This one? Not that one. I'm gonna freak out. I know for a fact that I built this one. It's around here somewhere. I know it is. Is it in here? In this area? No, there's no enemy camps in here. It's gone. Why the sign price is still 10K? Because I lowered it for 5 minutes earlier, and we had 20 sign redemptions, so I had to raise it again. Yeah, I'm just not seeing this. I know that I've built it. I know it. I remember it. Whatever. What's it look like? It's literally the same as this one, except it has, like, slight differences. I'm just gonna edit this one. So there's no campfire, and there were 3 barrels. Like so. These were gone. Remove the TNT, and then copy this. Over here. Except I forgot that, so let's make sure we get that in. Alright. Yeah, it turned down. We just had too many sign redemptions, and I was like, if I keep the sign price at 5K, I'm going to be writing signs all stream. So I just decided to raise it again. None of the messages were really that bad either. Will there be a mod that changes the lighting depending on switches or like buttons or something like that? Of the... Maybe it's just one up here, know the depths. I don't know what that means. On switches or like buttons or something like that of the maybe it's just one up here, know the depths. I don't know. I don't know what that means. What does your frocks look like? I haven't designed it yet. The lighting right now, Destiny, I changed the lighting of the dimension so that it's brighter. This is what normal brightness looks like. This is no night vision. So it's still dark, but it's like not pitch black, you know? The light routes still are bright. You can see the enemy camps lighting up. Alright, let's start putting in some trees, shall we? So what I do for the trees is I look on the map to see the small trees, because the small trees come in like bunches, right? So like there are trees here. So I'll do like this for the small trees, and I'll place them in a little bit. And then I just kind of place the big trees everywhere, because the big trees really are everywhere in the depths. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that yet, but whatever, good enough. And then there's some more over here on this bit of malice. These trees look good. There we go. Where else? Where else are there many trees? Okay, so there's some trees up here to the south of this. Those are all looking pretty good, I think. And then there's more over here. There's like a couple there, a few here. Yeah. Where else? Okay, there's a bunch down here by the Yiga camp. Okay. So some down, like, here. Yeah? Oh, what is this tree doing? There we go. And then, yeah, there's just a bunch along this whole hill. There's, like, a bunch up here. Around this area. There'll be a lot of changes of lighting of the depth by pressing buttons on the lightworks. No, I don't plan to do anything like that. Gosh darn it, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I don't know. See, the reason I decided to change the lighting for the depths to be brighter, or just because it affects the whole dimension. It affects the whole overworld dimension. And so that also helps negate the effect of the Sky Islands casting a shadow down onto the surface. But not by a lot. I was hoping it would negate the effects a lot more than it actually does. But, you know, you can only ask for so much, I guess. So, yeah. It kind of helps, but not really. I could make it even brighter, but, like, I don't want to. I could make it brighter to help combat the problem with the Sky Islands a bit more, but, like, this brightness is already really good for the depths, I think. Like, you can still see all the subtle lighting with, like, the amethyst, the gloom, but it's still dark, you know? Mod disable shadows. I really don't want to force mods to be needed. Well, anyone else be down to see Grazzy do an unruined version of Hyrule? Not me. I don't want to do that. I think once I do Tears, like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with this whole Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom building saga once this is over with, I think. It'll be enough once Tears is done. The problem is that if they ever announce Breath of the Wild 3, I kind of have to do it. Because, like, when it was only 2 games, like, I could justify, like, I don't want to do Tears, you know? But at this point, if I've done 2 out of 3, I'm already more than halfway there. So it's like, why would I quit at that point, you know? That's, honestly, I wake up in a cold sweat because I have nightmares about them announcing Breath of the Wild 3. Like, I'm cooked if they announce Breath of the Wild 3. I didn't feel obligated to do Tears. I will feel obligated to do a third one if they so decide to do one. I don't think they will, though. I don't think that we're going to get Breath of the Wild 3. I don't think they're going to do that. I think the only way they could get away with the Breath of the Wild 3, if it's the same characters, same engine, same concept, is if they do a whole new world. They'd have to do, like, a whole new world that you're exploring. They can't just stick you in Hyrule again. So I can start an unruined version with your map? I mean, yeah, go for it. I know that people have already done that, or, like, started on it, at least. The only rule I have with, like, people using my map for builds is that you guys can't do Tears of the Kingdom. Because I'm doing Tears of the Kingdom. That is the only rule with my map. Don't do Tears of the Kingdom, and if you do anything with it, like, give credit where credit's due to my channel for doing Breath of the Wild. It's like base map. Those are the only 2 rules. Alright, let's start putting in the big trees. I do know that they like to be up on the roots, too. So we're going to put some, like, up here, too. Because I think that's pretty cool. I hope they will. The Breath of the Wild games are so good with, like, the mechanics and stuff. I would be more okay with it if they choose a whole new world and they learn from their mistakes with, like, Tears of the Kingdom story. Because Tears of the Kingdom story just tried to do the exact same formula as Breath of the Wild, and because of that, the story of Tears ended up being just terrible. So, like, as long as they don't try to follow the same exact formula exactly, and it's like a new world, it's not just explore Hyrule again, then I could maybe be okay with it. Because, like, they were already pushing their luck by giving us a second game in the same Hyrule. They were already pushing it, and it doesn't entirely work already in Tears. So if they throw us back in for a third time, like, damn. And playing Silksong just makes me realize, like, wow, Tears of the Kingdom could have learned a lot from Silksong. Like, I don't want to talk about why, because I don't want to spoil Silksong. But just, like, the formula of Silksong compared to the original Hollow Knight reminds me a lot of how Tears of the Kingdom followed the formula of Breath of the Wild. But for Silksong, it works so much better because it's just in a new world. Simple as that. You're exploring a new kingdom than you were in the first Hollow Knight. And it just made me realize, like, wow, Tears really would have benefited if they entirely set the events in a new world. Like, imagine that the Sky Islands of Breath of the Wild, if they didn't do the depths, or I guess the depths don't, you could still do the depths. But, like, imagine they put the full focus, Tears of the Kingdom, the full focus was still being on the main world of Hyrule and exploring and going to the different regions you explored in Breath of the Wild. But imagine if they, like, put the entire focus of the game's story and events, like, in the Sky Islands. And the Sky Islands were, like, a lot more thoroughly explored. And there was just a lot more to do. Like, I think it could have benefited a lot more if the main area to explore was the Sky Islands or the depths or both. But they weren't. The Sky Islands and the depths just felt like little additional add-ons to exploring the world of Hyrule again. And I think that's Tears' biggest problem. Putting dog shit story aside, like, I think that's the biggest problem with Tears. And I will say, I talked about this when I started the Tears project. I replayed the whole game for the first time in preparation for this build project, and I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around. Because, like, the first time around, I was really excited. You know, we had gone in, like, 5 years of theorizing about the story and what it was going to be. So I was really just hoping for a good story. I don't even think my hopes for the story were that high. I was just hopeful for a good story, and it ended up being a terrible story. And so I was really let down my first Tears playthrough just because of the fact that the story was just not good. But this time around, when I played it, you know, I knew the story was bad ahead of time. I was just kind of going in to have fun with the gameplay. And because of that, I was able to enjoy it a lot more. I was able to just enjoy the game for what it was and ignore the terrible story. Sorry, yap session. Holy. I need to shut up. How long have I been yapping? Oh my god. I just, like, came out of a fugue state. What the Holy yap. I just came back to reality and realized, like, dang, I haven't even read a chat message in so long because I've just been yap. I thought the story is better, but Tears of the Kingdom map and villain is better. I disagree on the villain. I think Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf somehow managed to be the least intimidating Ganondorf. I don't really know why, honestly. Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf just doesn't do it for me. And I think it's just because he sits around in the castle all game doing literally nothing. He does literally nothing the whole game. He just sits around and waits for you to come and kill him. Like, technically, he was acting through Zelda as a like the puppet Zelda. But, like, he just really didn't feel like a threat at all. I don't even know how. He just didn't feel like a threat to me. And I also think it was an abysmal I've talked about this before. I'm not getting into this because I've talked about it a lot. I think the fact that they gave Ganondorf his body back instead of keeping him as a mummy for his final boss fight was a terrible idea. Such a huge missed opportunity. He would have been my favorite Ganondorf if they leaned into, like, the mummy aesthetic of him a lot more in modern-day Hyrule. But whatever. I'm not getting into that whole story, because I think in one of my more recent streams, I yapped a bunch about that. Came back after escaping a 5-year prison, making Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Yep. When he went on his second health bar and it went off the screen, I felt concerned. What's funny is I somehow didn't even realize right away. I just was not paying attention to his health bar. I, like, started attacking him again before I realized, like, oh, what is his health bar doing? Also, his boss theme was such a huge disappointment. Like, oh my god, they threw. Ganon boss themes are usually so good. This is like the first game we've had a bad Ganon theme for the boss battle with him. We'll put one like there maybe. We'll put this. I love the first bit with just the near ambient motif. That's kind of what I didn't like. I remember getting there and just like...
Twilight Princess is undisputedly the best iteration of Ganondorf. And it's the best Zelda in the franchise, no debate. Come at me.
I think objectively, it definitely is top tier. I think it's definitely the best depiction of Ganondorf. But I still don't know if it's better than Skyward Sword as a whole game. Thank you, the 5, Zane. I do agree for the most part. What I've always said is that Skyward Sword is my personal favorite, but I think Twilight Princess is the objectively best Zelda game. But the more and more time goes on, the more I realize, like, even despite my nostalgia and bias towards Skyward Sword, like, it is still such a good game. I still think to this day, Skyward Sword has one of the most interesting stories. It probably has the best dungeon lineup out of any Zelda game. The boss fights are really good. Demise is an incredible boss fight. Like, I don't know. Skyward Sword gets too much hate because people have a skill issue and don't know how to use motion controls. Skyward Sword is so repetitive. See, like, I don't understand what that means. How? How is it repetitive? What about it is repetitive? It does start to drag a little, I will say, towards the end when you're getting the dragons. That part is a little drawn out. But, like, other than that, what about it is repetitive? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what's repetitive about it. Back to what I was saying before the donation, though. The Ganon boss theme just being, like, ambience at the start was kind of what I didn't like. Because I remember getting there being so excited, and I just, like, immediately all of my, like, excitement and suspense was just dropped. Because I was faced with this absolute baby boss who wasn't even trying. The music was so quiet that I, like, couldn't even hear it. And, like, I just remember sitting there and, like, I was just, oh. Like, oh, okay. It was, like, so anticlimactic. It was such a letdown. But yeah, I don't know. The more time goes on, the more I'm like, you know what? Objectively, Skyward Sword might be the best, in my opinion. I think the reason Skyward Sword gets so much hate is because most Zelda games don't have motion controls. See, the thing is, I have watched somebody... I've watched someone play Skyward Sword, somebody who agreed with me, or not agree with me.
No, I agree low, at least story-wise. I just think overall Zelda, TP does the formula the best. And it's the most underrated Zelda, ironically low.
1 second on that. What was I talking about? The motion controls, yeah. I have literally seen firsthand somebody who used to, like, shit-talk the motion controls all the time actually try and play Skyward Sword and give it a chance, and I realized, like, oh, these people just don't know how to use the motion controls. Like, they just don't know how to use the motion controls. Because, like, what the person was doing is they'd swing down left, and then they'd want to swing down left again. So they go like that, and it wouldn't work because they would swing back up right instead. They don't realize that when you want to swing down left and then you want to swing down left again, you got to bring the sword up first and then swing. Like, it's a real sword. People just tried to, like, flick the controller, and it doesn't work like that. You got to be more precise with it, and it was fun. Like, some people say it was annoying, but, like, hell no, it's not annoying. I'd be standing there like, I'm like, yeah, I'm actually in the game. I'm actually Link. It felt awesome to actually swing the sword. I don't know. I just never understood it. I never understood it. Like, I was 6, and I never, ever had a problem with the motion controls. And I just feel like if a 6-year-old can figure it out, have fun with it, and not have a single problem with it, period, the motion control haters probably just have a skill issue. I'm sorry. Thank you for the 5 again. I agree, at least story-wise. I just think overall, Zelda, Twilight Princess does the formula the best. It's the most underrated Zelda, ironically, though. The thing for me with Twilight Princess, honestly, part of the reason I like Twilight Princess less and less as time goes on is because a lot of it feels genuinely forgettable to me. Like, I'm trying to think of a dungeon name in Twilight Princess. One dungeon name. I know Arbiter's Grounds. Snow Peak Manor, I think it was called. Something like that. There was the one at the bottom of the lake. I don't remember its name. I don't remember the first one, the first dungeon name. Twilight Palace, was it? I don't remember. I know there was like the fire one in Death Mountain. I don't remember what it was called. And I try to think about specific things about the dungeons, and I can only think of things that were like kind of annoying to me. Like, I don't know. I just genuinely think that Twilight Princess is forgettable in a lot of ways. And that's why, because, like, I think of other Zelda games. I think of dungeons by name, and I'm like, yes, this part of the dungeon was so good. You know, I loved this aspect of the game, you know, like the silent realms from Skyward Sword, such a memorable moment. And then I think about Twilight Princess, and I'm like, okay, what was a really good dungeon that I remember the name of? Can't think of one. Okay, what was a really, like, cool moment just in the general gameplay loop that I was like, hell yeah, that was so fun. When you saved the kid, that was really good. Okay, what else? Well, like, what I'm talking about is during the horseback battle, when you fight him on the bridge and you save the kid. That was awesome. Other than that, I guess finding the Master Sword was kind of cool. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just is... Maybe it's just because I haven't played Twilight Princess as much as, like... Saving Minnow is pretty good, yeah. There are a couple moments like that. There were a few minutes, but, like... Just overall, compared to my other, like, favorite Zelda games, I just feel like there's so much less memorable moments. And I think it's because, like, Twilight Princess was consistently, constantly, unendingly good. You know? The whole thing was good. There was never, like, any low points. But I feel like there also weren't any extreme highs, you know? And that's not necessarily... That doesn't necessarily make it bad, but it makes it less memorable. And I think that's why it's underrated. We all have a slight bias towards our first Zelda game we played. Thank you for the 10 bits again. And that's exactly why I say for the longest time I've been like, oh, Skyward Sword's my personal favorite, but it's not objectively the best. But the more time goes on, the more I actually compare the games, and I realize, like, no, genuinely I feel like Skyward Sword is just a lot better than people give it credit for. Because, like, me saying that the dungeons of Skyward Sword are incredible isn't even, like, a biased take. I think everyone agrees that the Sand Ship and the Ancient Cistern are some of the best Zelda dungeons of all time, you know? I think everyone agrees that those are incredible dungeons. And, like, Lanayru Mining Facility was really cool, too. A lot of people don't talk about that, but I feel like that's one of the cooler ones. The whole, like, time crystal thing, one of the coolest features in Zelda. And that, I don't think is a hot take. I think a lot of people agree that the time crystals were cool. But it's just like, I don't know. Skykeep easily clears those two. Yeah, a lot of people hated Skykeep as well. And, like, I can kind of understand it, but also, like, I thought it was fine. I don't know. We got a lot done today, though. We finished this whole area. I'm not really doing anything more because I think I'm going to call it there. I'm just wrapped up in the conversation.
Ancient Cistern is objectively the best dungeon in their series.
Yeah, the Ancient Cistern is so good. Thank you for the 5, Zane. I think that if the Sand Ship had a better final boss, it would have been better than Ancient Cistern. I think Sand Ship would have been better than the Cistern if the final boss was better. Because, like, Sand Ship is an S-tier dungeon with, like, an F-tier boss. The boss really bogs down the dungeon. And it's like, it's not really that important to me personally that the boss fight was worse. But, like, when you're objectively comparing them, it's kind of hard to look past that. Especially with the incredible buildup that the final boss had. Like, the final boss of the Sand Ship had such an awesome buildup where you're, like, escaping the sinking ship. And then you come outside, and that's what it looks like. And it's a simple shoot the boss in the eye. And that's the whole boss. Like, God, man. Better boss and Sand Ship would have been better. 100%, I believe so. Those marks on the wall look pretty cool. How'd you do that? I basically used... Here, I can come over here to demonstrate. I used a noise painter. Whoa. Holy lag. I used a noise painter, and then I stretched its scale. So, like, this is what it normally looks like. That's what the noise... Oh, wow, it's laggy. That's what the noise normally looks like. And then I just stretched out the horizontal axes. And that makes the vertical lines. Sorry for the lag there. Noise painter gets really laggy when you're doing stuff like that. Oh, this looks so cool, bro. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Can you show us what shaders on? I mean, I don't think you're going to really be able to see anything, I'll be honest. I don't think this is going to work that well. Yeah. See, this is a problem shader... Oh, wait, kinda. Well, it's kinda working. See, sunlight coming through because the ceiling isn't loading is a problem with shaders. Like, it's a little too dark. Yeah, the lighting gets really... This is the problem with shaders in the depths. The lighting gets really weird. It's still pretty cool, though. Like, the fog kind of works. I like the fog with these shaders. It really works for the depths. Shaders that respect biome fog would be perfect. Not all do. Yeah. I want to use Bliss shaders, but they don't work on this server for some reason. What about Photon? Photon's really good. Photon and Bliss have become my favorites. I think this shader has a lot of trouble recognizing that there's a roof. Yeah, this shader doesn't really understand that there's a roof above me. Well, it kind of does over here. My frame rate is dropping like crazy. Yeah, doesn't really work that well. How'd you get Accent to work on your server? Did you have to get the commercial licensing? Yes, I did. It looks like when you fly too high with a jetpack at the company. You are not wrong, actually. Man. We actually have so... Like, standing here and realizing, like, dang... The complete area of the depths that we finished, this isn't even all of it. Like, wow, we've really done a lot. This looks really good. This looks sick. Yeah, I don't think you've been here yet, Hazuki. This is the current state of the depths. This is what happens when you don't let Silksong consume your life, Hazuki. I get to do this. This is why I haven't been grinding Silksong as much as I could be. Got a lot done. Dung? Yes. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. The statues look good too. The light... Dude, I'm so happy with how the light roots turned out. Like, that light root looks perfect. Like, actually.
I feel like that comment was targeted, but I don't know who it was at.
Who knows? Who knows, Hazuki? Should we call it there? I think we should call it there. We haven't even really been building for the last, like, 15 minutes. We've just been talking. Let's call it. Hazuki hasn't streamed in months. He's been busy the last few days putting 20 hours a day into Hollow Knight Silksong, bro. Alright. Well, I can't say for sure when I'll be streaming again. We'll see. I don't know. As you can see, most of the depths are just copy-pasting, so I don't really want to stream much of it because it's just going to get boring. But I'll probably be streaming some of the Sky Islands at least when we get there. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. So, yeah. You guys will have a good rest of your nights. Hopefully this video will be wrapping up in a few weeks. Probably not. It'll probably take like another month and a half, 2 months still. So, I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys all for stopping by tonight. I'll talk to you guys later.